بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله الأمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Say sallallahu alayhi wasallam, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Everyone knows in Amjad Qurtuba International Schools that tomorrow we're going to start our first quiz in English. I'm talking about English, okay? And that's why we have published a worksheet, okay, on Classera, which contains 10 questions, okay? You have to do it again and again, okay? I have granted you like 20 multiple submissions, and today we're gonna have 3 videos to revise together, okay? One video is gonna be about reading and vocabulary, the second one about spelling, and the third one is about grammar. We have studied only for 1 week, so it's gonna be easy, God willing, okay? So here we go. Good morning, grade 5A and grade 5B. The first thing that I'm gonna do is to go to the introduction that we have done together for the story The Red Kayak to remind you of the genre, the settings, where, when, the characters, and so on. So here we go. Okay, everyone knows that the title of our story is The Red Kayak. Okay, and everyone knows now what is a kayak. Okay, of course, we have said that red is an adjective. Okay, and kayak is a kind of a boat, a small boat, and kayaking is a kind of sport. It's an Olympic sport. So please everyone, I want you to pay attention to something. Maybe tomorrow he's going to ask you about the title of the text, okay, of the story. We don't know about that, okay? So you have to be sure, because I asked some students and they were not able to remember the title of the story. And I was really angry, okay, to know that, because that's the most important thing, okay? Knowing the title of the story is the most important thing. So the Red Kayak is the title of our short story. Kayak is a small boat. Kayaking is a kind of sport. You can see here that this man is kayaking, okay? It's obvious that he is a sportsman, okay? And we're not talking about any kayak, we are talking about the red kayak. Of course, we have said that red is an adjective and kayak is a noun. The adjective, we have talked about this, okay, when we started the first time. When we started this story for the first time, we have said that this adjective is telling more about the noun kayak. So here we go. Our vision and our mission and our goal. We read that every day. Okay. Here we go. I want to move on to this page. Okay, everyone, please. Pay attention to the genre. Maybe I'm going to ask about the genre, okay? Everyone knows that the genre of this story is realistic fiction. And we had the little teacher strategy, people asking each other, okay? And everyone was asking about the genre because it's too important, okay? What was the genre of the story? And other students were answering it's realistic fiction. But we have explained that realistic fiction is a little bit of a problem, because some people are going to say, how are we going to join the word real with the word fiction, which is imaginary? Okay, and of course we have explained all of that. Okay, so realistic fiction is a story that looks like a real one, but it didn't happen. I repeat, it's a story that looks like a real one, but it didn't happen. It only happened in the author's mind, or in the narrator's mind, okay? But all the characters, the events, everything in the story, it looks like a real story, okay? Some people are going to say, whoa, when did it happen? But in fact, it didn't, okay? But we don't have like dragons, we don't have people like firing out of the firing fire out of their mouths, okay? They are normal people just like you, with normal names, with normal friends, with some pets, okay, and normal events that may happen any day. So a realistic fiction deals with characters and events that look like the real ones, but are created by the author, okay. Here he says, as you read, notice how the author makes the characters and events come to life, because they are not alive, okay? So he's going to try to bring those events and those characters to life. Again, this story is written by Priscilla Cummings. I may ask about the narrator. okay, written by Priscilla Cummings. Okay, I'm not going to ask about the illustrator because it's not that important to teacher. Okay, now here I'm gonna stop with the genre and the title and the writer, and I'm coming back now. I'm coming back to the characters, the events, okay, and the settings of the story, which is too important to teacher. So I'm gonna move to the second. Okay, not now. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna move to the second. This is the third, I think. Or, no, this is it. Yes, this is it. So here, in the first paragraph, when introducing the story, okay, we have all the ideas or all the information that we need, okay? On a cold spring morning, when? That's the answer to when. 13-year-old Brady Parks, main character. We have explained all of that. Main character. Okay, sees Mr. D'Angelo's red kayak. We have said here that it's a possession, apostrophe S, so the red kayak of Mr. D'Angelo. Heading down the creek, we have said that the creek is a river, a small river, toward the Corsica River. And everyone now knows, I'm sorry, yes, knows where it took place. We are talking about the settings. So where it took place in the Corsica River, this is Maryland State. This is Maryland State in the USA. Maryland State in the USA, the Corsica River. I may ask about that. So when on a cold spring morning, where in Maryland State, USA, the Corsica River, who until now we are talking about a major character, Brady Parks. Brady knows that with strong winds and the dangerous tides, huge waves, okay, it's not safe for boating. So why is Mr. D'Angelo's boat going out if it's dangerous? Okay, so he was asking himself, okay. But he and his friends don't say anything because it's not their business to talk to the person who is driving the boat or who is kayaking, okay. Now, Mrs. D'Angelo and her three-year-old son Ben are missing. So that's the problem of the story. Now, Mrs. D'Angelo, we are talking about Mrs. D'Angelo, okay? And her 3-year-old son Ben are missing. So we have two new characters, main characters. We are talking about Mrs. D'Angelo and we are talking about her son Ben. They are missing because they were in the boat that Brady saw, okay? So they were going out and he saw them moving by him, okay, with his friends. He saw them, but he didn't ask them, why are you going out? It's too windy today and it's going to be a problem, okay? While Brady's dad and the other rescue workers head downstream, of course we have other characters. We are talking about Brady's dad and a rescue team. Okay, they head downstream, and we have talked about this. We have said that we can go to the upstream or the downstream, two parts of the river. They ask Brady to use his boat to check the smaller creeks. Okay, maybe they said he is a young boy. Okay, ask him just to go to the smaller rivers. Okay, parts of rivers, smaller creeks. Okay, can Brady and his yellow lab another main character until now? I'm talking about Brady Parks. I'm talking about his dad. I'm talking about Mr. D'Angelo. I'm talking about Mrs. D'Angelo. I'm talking about Ben, the son of Mr. and Mrs. D'Angelo. And we are talking about a yellow Labrador. Okay, it's a kind of a dog that you can see here in the boat with Brady. Okay, its name is Tilly. Help find the red kayak before it's too late. So who is in the red kayak here? It's Mrs. D'Angelo. Before it's too late. And will he remember the rescue training he learned from Carl at the firehouse? So he had an experience, okay, about the CPR, and we have explained the CPR, okay, which is the first aid, okay, or let's say the rescue training, okay, on how to apply compressions on the chest, okay, on how to breathe in the mouth of someone to wake him up, okay. He's asking himself, will he be able to remember all of that, okay? After that, the most important thing to me here, when, where, and who, the settings and the characters, okay? After that, we have witnessed some events. I'm going to remind you of some events, okay? Uh, when Brady was looking and he stuffed his hand inside his pocket just to hit the cell phone, and he found one missed call. So it was his mother. So he talked to his mother, and she told him that they found Mrs. D'Angelo, but they didn't find Ben. So he was thinking, okay, maybe Ben is freezing now. Maybe Ben is dying now. So he was doing his best to help and find Ben. Of course, the yellow spot is so important because we have said that the yellow spot means the jacket of Ben or Mrs. D'Angelo. Something else that we have to mention and remind you of is the accident that Brady had when he was a baby. There was a cow, okay, sitting in a place, digging a hole, okay, and sitting in that hole. Then that cow went away, okay, and after a while, okay, it was raining. So that pond made by the cow, it was full of water, and after a while, it was snowing, so it froze, okay, and Brady and his friend came to that pond to play, okay, on the ice, and suddenly the ice was not thick enough, okay, to hold their ways, okay, so they fell inside inside the pond, and he was freezing to death, but he didn't die. So he knows the meaning of being frozen, okay, out there in the cold spring or the cold winter. That's why when he had back that memory, he was not happy because he knew that that Ben is gonna be suffering now. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. You still have three other videos, okay, God willing. One video is about the vocab, the other video is about the spelling, and the third one is about the grammar. Thank you so much. Goodbye.